Hi everyone again, this is Tim Farrell, and what I decided to do during this time was to just create a short series of videos that talk about the elements and principles of design. So without actually showing in different floral examples, I just want to talk about and have a discussion about the theory behind floral design and some of the elements and principles. So the elements of design are the 8 things that every design has to have in it to be addressed correctly, to be a wonderful and beautiful composition. And those 8 things are line, form, space, color, pattern, texture, size, and fragrance. So each day I'll release another video, but I figured let's start with this and just start with one and see how it goes. So the first element of design is line. And line for us is that visual path that your eye is taken on when looking at a floral design. So for us as floral designers, there's 2 ways that we could actually create that visual path. The first is what we call actual line, and that's when we take a material and put it into a design, and that material has a point from point A to maybe point B that your eye follows. So say, for example, if we took something tall like a snapdragon or bells of Ireland or even a branch material, your eye can directly follow on that material from one point to the other and draw the eye through the design that way. And that's what we call actual line in design. There actually is a place where your eye follows from point A to point B. So that's the easiest way to start to create line in the design. The second way that we can create line is by calling what we have implied line. An implied line is when we place a series of materials in such a fashion in the design that your eye starts to connect those materials in a way that it becomes the same line movement. So for example, if we had a very tall vase and we put in there a very tall flower, maybe up here, maybe say it's a red rose here, we put another red rose here, and another red rose here, and another red rose down here. Your eye will connect those 4 similar elements, or the things in the design, those 4 red roses, and create the same up and down vertical line that you have in the design. And when we do that, that's called creating implied line. So again, we have actual line and implied line to draw the eye through the design. What we start to discover is that once we have those lines created, there's actually 2 different categories that we can place line in within the design. And those 2 categories are static and another one that we'll talk about in just a little bit later. But static line is when the line just kind of stays on the same plane. So if it moves just up and down, doesn't vary much from that, or if it moves across on the horizon, doesn't move up much from that. That's what we call static line. Dynamic line is the second type that we can categorize it in. And dynamic line has much more movement to it. So say, for example, instead of having a piece of bamboo that is very static and just up and down or side to side, depending on how we place it in the design, if we have a series of callas that are on the horizon but just gently crescenting off, their beautiful stems kind of give you a curve and move in and out of the same horizon, but become much more like a dance and much more playful. That's what we call dynamic line in the design. So in a nutshell, that's our first element of design. Just wanted to tackle that one for day 1. Hope that we get lots of people to join in and look at these videos, and if you can, drop some comments in below. I want to see what you think about this, see what your feelings are, and maybe how you work with line in design and the other elements as we proceed through the next couple days. So that's all for today. My name is Tim Farrell. Let's explore all about floral design and see what we can do to get through these days as best as possible. Thanks. Bye.